For our holiday wreath, I've got 3 5-inch rounds, and I just happen to choose blue, yellow, and red, nice, bright, festive colors. I've inflated all of them to about 2 inches in diameter and clipped the nozzles very close. We're going to set those aside. You can use whatever colors you like. I've got two 260s of 2 different greens that I've inflated, as you can see, pretty much all the way to the tip, and then I've taken and tied the 2 nozzles of those together. And then I've got a red 160 we're going to use for our bow that I've inflated, leaving about 5 or 6 inches uninflated on it. We're going to start with our 160, twist off about a 4-inch bubble, and then make a real small, about a 1/2 inch or smaller bubble, make that into a pinch twist, and then make another one right behind it. So we have 2 pinch twists there. Now with what you have left over, I'm going to squeeze it so it's sort of soft. Then I'm going to go out to the end, and I'm going to tie this off and then trim that very close. And then I'm going to come back down, and I want this bubble the same size as this first one that we started with here. And of course you can do this larger or smaller depending on the size of the bow that you want. This is going to make our bow. Twist that back into those 2 pinch twists so you now have a circle and a loop. And then we're just going to take our loop and divide it into 2 bubbles. Bring that down to those 2 pinch twists. Wrap it around to secure it. Put the pinch twist on either side, one in the front, one in the back. And there's your quick and easy bow. Shape that a little bit. And then set that aside. Now we're going to come back to our 2 green 260s. And starting at the end where I've got them tied together, I'm going to spiral them together. And there's several techniques that you can use. If you have a way that you use, feel free to use it. This is the way that I do it. I'm going to take my right hand, because I'm right-handed, and put it in between the 2. Grab one of the balloons with the 4 fingers of my right hand, and the other with the thumb. And my right hand is basically a guide. Now I'm going to take my left hand and pull it through my right hand, twirling it as I go, causing it to spiral together. Once you get to the very end, take the 2 ends and lock them together, and then bring the other end back around, and then take one of those ends, poking it through where the first 2 are tied together. You may have to shape it just a little bit. Now we want to get it sort of round. So there's our basic wreath. Now we're going to take our bow, and it's going to attach here at the bottom where they are twisted together. I'm just going to pull the tails of the bow through the bottom, the bow through on top, and then wrap one of the tails around. Secure it in place, and then you'll have to position it a little bit, work with it some. Get it to sit the way you like it. And there's your basic bow. Now we're going to take, and these 5-inch rounds that we have are going to be our adornments, or our ornaments on it. Take each one, pushing the knot up into the middle, divide them into 2 like you're making a pair of eyeballs. Twist them. Then once you've got it divided into 2, pick a point on your wreath and poke one of the bubbles through, and the friction will hold it in place. And there's one of your ornaments. And just repeat the process with all 3 of them. And you can use as many as you want, according to how full you want it to be. And of course, whatever colors you like as well. I'll put one on each side, and then one up at the top. And you can see how I'm just pulling it through, so there's one in the back and the one in the front. Put the 3rd one here. Put it over on the other side. And there's our basic holiday wreath.